Welcome to Riverbend Talent on WBGZ. Brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
Another Thursday night in the Riverbend, another Riverbend Talent on the Big C, brought to you by the Halpin Music Company and by Mr. Matt Van Bors of Macias Insurance. Reminding you once again that Rock the Hops is August 9th, and if you want to be a part of that, if you're a venue or an artist, you need to go to rockthehopsalton.com. You can get early bird tickets as well. And if you're looking for a gig, Bubby and Sissies is going to have bands now. You can email them, bubbyandsissies@gmail.com. Breaking news right there, so get in on it early, right? Sea Shanty Sing-Along already underway down at Morrison's Irish Pub until 9 o'clock. Hooky! As Sarah McGibney mentioned earlier on Doug's show, the night market opening up tonight. 3rd Street between Cat Daddy's and Shea Maryland's, and after the night market, it's Everhart and Light doing the after party at Shea Maryland's. Boulder Dash 6 to 10 at Fast Eddie's tonight and on. They got music in the park with Flip the Frog out in Bethalto at 7 o'clock tonight. Scott Latham and Vince Martin 7 to 9 at Grafton's music in the park tonight. Joey Miner, he's from the Well Hungarians. He'll be at George's Pub and Grill in Jerseyville from 6 to 9. Peter Mayer Group playing at the Wild E Theater tonight at 7:30. Butch Moore and Matt Gattigan doing Big Daddies around the corner from 6 to 9 in Edwardsville. And the Skylark Brothers at Peel. Woodfire Pizza from 6 until 9. Caden Cruz at the Cabin at Judy Creek in Glen Carbon. Piper and the Hard Times playing at Jacoby's tonight from 7 to 9 down in Granite City. And Rum Boogie out at the Prairie Inn in Prairie Town, Dorsey, if you go by the mailing address. Rum Boogie, 5:30 to 8:30, and I'm doing that to give the star of the show, Pigpen, a hard time because he don't want to call it Dorsey. He wants to call it Prairie Town. I got you on, man. I got it on. I don't know why it ain't working. Yeah. Wow. You got a broken microphone. Try pushing that on button. Just see if that works.
Hey, wow. They finally hooked us up.
Yeah.
It's been unhooked for so long, I forgot these existed.
But if I turn this...
Hey, I wonder if my cough button works. Hey,
the
cough button doesn't work.
You got to have them both on now.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that.
New stuff.
Wow, man, they're getting... Every day something new gets fixed. One of the 4 buttons works now. That's
and
awesome.
New is the theme of the show because there's a new tattoo shop at the old Milton School. And it's called Holy Land Tattoo, and they're going to have a big party Saturday. And we have Brandon and Aubrey Prather, who are the owners of Holy Land Tattoo.
And
they didn't bring their needles, so we can't get fixed up while we do the show.
You know, come on, man. I want some hair tattooed on my chest this time. No. Anyway,
you want to get a little Scrappy Doo tattooed?
I already got one of those. The Electric Pen, that was the name of the tattoo shop on Broadway back in the day that I got that tattoo at. But anyway,
now we're talking about the Holy Land tattoo.
Now we're talking about the Holy Land, and we're talking about the party that is happening to kick this off, because in addition to being the operator and owner, I guess, of the tattoo shop, Aubrey is also the promoter of the opening event. Right?
Yeah, hi.
Hello there, Aubrey. Hello. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Thanks
it's very nice
us.
to meet you. And next to Aubrey, we haven't even mentioned Jumpin' Johnny Scanlon sitting in right there. Oh, there he is. And so you've got some bands that are going to be playing at the Milton School. When is that? This Saturday?
Yeah, this Saturday. So from 12 to 6, we will be having a tattoo flash event upstairs, and if you want to come check it out, we have a big flash sheet with different tattoos. And then outside on the patio, outside of Mavis Coffee, we will be having an acoustic patio tune hangout party. So that will be all day long from 12 to 6 o'clock. From 12 p.m., we will have Mr. Matthew Murder. 1 p.m., Olive will be doing an acoustic set.
Nice.
2 p.m., Adam Gaffney will be playing 3, we got Will Marsh. 4, Fabulous Birds. And then to close off our acoustic portion of the night, we'll have Psychedelic Symphony. Woohoo! And so we'll have an ice cream truck. Jewel, the ice cream truck, will be outside of Mavis Coffee serving up ice cream. And then we haven't even gone to the big part of the day.
This is all just happening, so it doesn't cost anything if you want to come check these bands out. If you've never been to the old Milton School since it's reopened, it's a great chance to go.
What are you waiting for?
It's a great. I went there for 4th and 5th grade, man.
Yeah, right.
And it was a creepy place back then. I'm telling you, that place is haunted, man.
Yeah, it's still haunted.
That hallway down to the gymnasium every time. It's like, why do we gotta? Can I go outside and go around? There's something in that hallway. I'm just telling you. Beware.
Check it out.
Anyway, the old Milton School, and there's a lot going on there that we talk about. The Trinity's open mics all the time. Mavis Coffee House, which, I mean, some serious coffee right there going down. But a lot of events happening. Now a tattoo shop opening up. There's an art gallery there.
Anderson's Barber Shop.
The barber shop. I mean, there's a lot going on there.
Don't forget Mavis.
Yeah, Mavis Coffee, Graceful Treasures.
I started with Mavis.
Yeah.
I started with the coffee.
You got to start with the coffee. And then they got the warehouse right around the corner where they're going to have a big after party for all this. But you were going to say more, actually.
The after party. So we are taking $10 admission. We'll have a bunch of artists selling art. We'll have free food. We'll be grilling up hot dogs and burgers, and come have some food. And then we'll have a bunch of bands. So we'll have Silver Material,
Nice,
Wild True, Melodrama, With Glee, and Agents of the Free.
All right, man. There you go.
Wow.
So you got what, 6 bands? Is that what it was? In the after party, five bands.
Yeah.
And did I hear free food?
Free food, hot dogs.
See, you can get your $10 back right there, people.
There, yeah.
Like, we have the ever asking question to the bands. If you're playing, do you take a free steak or a free drink for playing? And in this situation, it's as many free hot dogs and burgers as you want, and you don't even have to be in the band. I'm just saying, I'm going to eat you guys out of the house, and I won't eat for a week after that. No, it's seriously, $10, you're getting free food. You got 5 bands. This is just the after party portion. And you say there's vendors, art vendors, and such that'll be there.
Art vendors, Crane's Clubhouse, they actually have a foosball tournament upstairs going on that night. Mm. And then they will have a foosball table downstairs in the warehouse for the party for anyone who wants to have their own mini tournament. It'll be cool. Yeah.
All right.
Don't even try it. I'll kill you, man. There's no way you could beat me. I see that look in your eye like, I think I can take him.
I was just thinking, we could maybe work together as a grift and, do a little hustling.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Okay, I'll be Minnesota Fats.
I want to be Minnesota Fats. You're always Minnesota Fats.
I think that's the wrong sport, but
I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about. I'll be
pretty
honest.
sure that's cool.
I spun out as soon as I said we were going to hustle. All I could think of, we're going to hustle. I don't know. Whew, wow, things are really moving fast toward the end here. Things are speeding up here, Mr. Scanlon. Whew, thank you. No, hey, this is going to be a hot party, man. This is a cool thing, and it's all to celebrate the opening of a tattoo shop, the Holy Grounds, right? Holy Land. See, I said it wrong. I almost said Holy Grounds because I was thinking of coffee.
Oh, yeah.
The Mavis.
Yeah.
They probably got some holy grounds down there. So the party is getting kicked off Saturday. Is that the official opening of the...
Yeah, our big grand opening. We did have our soft opening this week, so we are, we're up and running, but this will be the big shebang.
Right. It's a soft opening. They're up and running, but not fully up just yet. Just a soft opening.
Yeah.
It happens.
Calm down.
I'm just talking. Hey, I'm just trying to understand what we're talking about here and get the story straight. Brandon, you're not saying much over there.
Oh, she's running the rail.
Well, yeah, you're being
She's got it. She's good.
You're being so quiet that I got to know. What's your portion in this? You a tattoo artist?
Yeah. So I've been tattooing since 2017. I'm just kind of bouncing around. Now we're here. We just moved back here from Chicago, and worked at a shop back here in Edwardsville, and probably time to open up our own shop, you know.
All right. So did you grow up around here?
No, so I'm from Peoria.
All right.
So I tattooed out there, learned out there, and made my way over here during COVID.
Home of Richard Pryor,
That's
Peoria,
right.
It is,
Illinois.
it
Yeah.
is.
There you go.
It's a big statue.
Is there?
Yeah, it's a
not?
real pretty one.
Man,
It's massive.
Yeah, I bet it is. That's what he wants us to think. Anyway.
Sure
I don't
do.
know. You ought to see our Miles Davis statue, man. You want to talk
that's
massive?
funny. He's on a big podium.
Oh, man. So there you go. So you grew up in Peoria and just always doodling as a kid, kind of.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I was tattooing with Sharpies on everybody in school. So, like the study hall room, I was drawing on everybody and
Nice.
fooling the teachers, thinking I was, like, you know, I had real tats. So they were like concerned, you know, thinking I might need to like call my parents or something. You know, just put baby powder on all of them, so it made them look aged, so they didn't look like a shiny Sharpie.
Oh wow.
I was really into it. Yeah,
Hey, we all had our.
there's a new
grift,
sleeve
man.
every day.
Yeah, we all had our grift, man. I sold cinnamon toothpicks, so you know, I mean, whatever it takes to make a
That's
buck
pretty
at school.
sweet. Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure you got some stories about some of your friends going home and getting in trouble for having.
Oh, I'm sure there was a ton. Yeah, I mean that and their sheets would be all ruined the next day too. What's that stain on the pillowcase? Just like some tribal all over it. You know?
Hey, at least you practiced with a Sharpie and didn't use the real tool.
I mean, I got to that point too, though.
So I'm always interested in this. I mean, you know, most tattoo artists just start trying it. I mean, you can't practice on anything except a human, right?
So
some
let me
extent, yeah.
let me take a guess because I feel as I've been here.
Well, you had one of those jail tattoos.
Your first time is just by hand, stick, needle, ink, right?
No, I never stick and poke.
Really, you had a gun from right.
I
You had
bought
a gun right off.
Bought
the
an
bat.
Amazon gun.
Wow.
Went straight for it and
Man,
Talk somebody
yeah.
into it.
Well, I was tattooing pig skin and pig ears, and so like, my mom would go buy me a bunch of pig skin, like slabs of it, and throw it in the deep
your
freezer.
mom sounds awesome.
She was the most encouraging for the situation. Yes, everyone was like, "Get a real job, go to school." And I'm like, "I'm gonna tattoo this dead pig on our dinner table,
Awesome.
and then throw it back in the freezer and try it again tomorrow."
Wow.
That and a lot of honeydews and like watermelon stuff like that.
Oh, dude, yeah. So, like I say, your mom. Let's just say,
Definitely a big push.
Seriously, my mom wouldn't have bought me pig skins, and she would have been like, "What's wrong with you? You want pig skins? You're sick."
Yeah, literally. It was very bloody. It was,
And it wouldn't matter what I asked for it for.
And that's how he got his name. Okay, maybe not.
Maybe. I don't remember. I was very young when they named me.
But you remember that Waco tattoo you had? That was done with a needle, right?
My first tattoo was actually done with a stick, needle, and ink in my good friend Scott Robertson's basement. Probably the ripe old age of 14 or 15. Still remnants of it.
Wow.
Still to this day. And then I did at one point have what you would think of as a jailhouse tattoo. It looked like a very homemade gun, and he charged me all of $1 for it, and it was not money well spent. Many years later, my wife would pay quite a bit just to not have to look at it anymore. It was a tattoo that almost looked like the state of Texas with Waco blowing up out of it.
Goodness.
And after many years, my wife got tired of trying to convince people I was not a Branch Davidian, just a Koresh sympathizer.
The other part of that story is you were in the area right when that happened.
Well,
And if anyone's going to look guilty, it was you.
I wasn't in the area of Waco when it happened. I was mesmerized and couldn't stop watching my TV, watching the government burn these people.
Okay.
But what happened is, years later, the Oklahoma City bombings happened on the anniversary of Waco.
Okay.
And it just so happened that summer they put out the drawings of John Doe 1 and John Doe 2, as they called them. And all my friends were like, "You look just like John Doe 2." And so they were saying, because it was the anniversary of Waco, that it was a retaliation for Waco. And I just happened to be going to the Grateful Dead shows, not paying attention to what highway I'm on, cutting through Oklahoma. And there they are, the FBI. They got that place shut down. The Oklahoma City bombing had just happened like that, the week before. So it's all, and I'm like, Oh no. They said I look like John Doe too. They're going to set me up so bad. I'm going down for this one. But nothing to do with any of it. I was in Aruba. I can prove it. I have the paperwork. I have a ticket from a movie I saw that night. Somewhere, anyway.
All right. So I got to know, Brandon, who was the first person you tattooed? Would it be yourself or was it someone else?
It was a friend of mine. Yeah, we tattooed in a kitchen on like a table, and I remember shaking like very, very hard, and was too scared to stick the needle into his leg. But I mean, we did it. We did it, like redid that same tat like 4 different times because it looked so bad each time I did it. We just had to keep redoing it.
We're just gonna keep reworking.
We just kept
this
reworking
thing.
it. Yeah, it was spelt wrong too. It was like it was a whole thing. Because I had to do it like with like drawing on like a paper and pen, and it's like I messed it up. Let's redo it, and just kept doing it to the point where it just wasn't good. And it was on his hip butt, so it was way up there. You know.
Oh man, this is great.
Good idea, though. Put it someplace you could hide it.
That was his point.
Right?
I mean, it's it's hidden for sure.
What an awesome friend, too.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, that is a good friend that says, go ahead and try it on me.
Try it out.
Because a lot of tattoo artists do start on their own arms, just because they,
I mean, my legs look like crap. I mean, they're covered in a bunch of my own tats, but they don't look that good either.
You were learning.
Yeah, I was attempting.
Yeah,
for sure.
But that is how. It's like anything.
Somewhere.
It's like anything. That's how you get good, is by doing it. Oh, I mean, even if you have natural art abilities, and right off the bat, even without being schooled in it, you just go to that.
Yeah.
You still have to do this one thing. And compared to drawing, a tattoo's like what they call a major dot issue, man, where it's just dot, and that's like a form of commercial art. I believe Mr. John Scanlon would tell me. The art major in the room.
There you go. A lot of trial and error.
Yeah, and it is. It's there are certain things when you some people don't think about that when they think about a tattoo artist. How many tattoos do you have to give before your first good one? Right?
Oh man,
pig ears is awesome because, like, most of the people I know grew up just with really bad tattoos.
Yeah.
From trying, myself included. And it happens. And they're like. I remember taking my daughter to see the monster truck thing a couple years ago, and I'm watching these people like do these flips in trucks. They're doing backflips on ramps, and I'm like, how many trucks do you crush before you land your first one? I mean, you got to be dedicated to certain things, and tattooing is one of those things. You got to be dedicated to it because you can't undo it.
No.
At least I don't know how.
Yeah.
I've tried all the salts and solvents, sandpaper.
Yeah.
So this is great, man. This is the Holy Land, not the Holy Ground. The Holy Land tattoo shop, and that. This is a form of art that we've had a lot of artists on over the years, but I don't know that we've had a tattoo artist.
I don't think so.
I don't think we have. It's got me thinking about a lot of different old folks that have given me tattoos or that I went to get tattooed with, one or the other. And man, I'm enthralled by the pig ears thing. I'm trying to get past that.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
It is just, it's a genius idea because you can't just practice on, like you say.
You had to shave it too. I had to shave the pigskin slabs and stuff.
Oh, the Shaved Pigs. That's a great band
I
name
think
right
Shaved
there.
Pigs. That's funny.
Did you get to eat the pig?
No, I was probably very tainted after all that.
Now, The Shaved Hog was actually a Ron Jeremy movie, I think.
It's funny.
I'm not sure.
You can see Brandon showing up at a pig roast and, hey, let me put some heart on that thing before.
Well, some of the delis were kind of weirded out by it. Like there was this one place I went to, I think it was called like Raber's in Peoria, and they ended up I needed what I needed, and he's like, give me a minute. And then he came back like a half hour later with like a warm slab that he probably just cut it off. Covered in hair and everything. I was normally getting frozen pig skins from all these other delis. This guy gave me like a hot sheet of it.
Being interesting getting pulled
It's
over
fresh.
on the way
It was still
home.
living.
Getting pulled over with a pig head in your trunk.
Exactly.
It
Explain
lotion
this.
on its skin. Yeah, I mean,
There's a lot of Vaseline.
hey,
head with
family show. You're working blue over there, Brandon. Oh my God.
There's ink in there.
That's fascinating.
Dude, so seriously, this guy brings you just a warm chunk of pig. How, like, I guess it's got to be wrapped up in at least
Yeah,
some,
he just wrapped it in saran wrap and gave it to me for free.
Nice.
Still bloody. Still very bloody.
Mappa and Voorhis sponsors Saran Wrap, actually. I just want to put that in there as a free plug.
free.
I mean, you know.
Wow.
But, yeah, that's interesting. How about you, Aubrey? Do you tattoo?
I do not.
You
no.
don't?
No, we've talked about me tattooing in the future. I don't know if I can commit to pigskin like that, though.
Right?
And I ain't got much room for you to commit to either.
How about art? Do you do
I
some...
do a lot of art, yeah, and so we're wanting to bring a lot of art and poetry to the Milton Schoolhouse and have like more cool shows, lots of bands playing, and make it a space for more artists to come through. Because I do feel like it's kind of like a hidden gem and all, and not a lot of people realize you can walk in at any time, get a cup of coffee, hang out, go get a good haircut, go get an antique from the antique shop, go play some foosball.
You do some
now.
fitness even?
Yeah, they have fitness. In
RC
the basement.
Wellness.
Yeah, there's a lot to do.
And art galleries to walk around and look at. I mean,
Yeah, we've been fascinated in it since they started putting that thing together. You know, they put that new patio on out there, and so you guys are going to be taking advantage of that.
We're
and,
right above it.
Right, so we love it because Old Milton School does original music, and it's one of two venues that we can count on in our area, Alton, to do original music, and that's bragging right there, because go to any town and find one.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you have a major city that has multiple original venues, you're lucky, because
Right.
everybody wants the hits of the day or whatever they want. To have a town of this size, I've always been amazed by the amount of artists and musicians in this town. Although, if you think about it, like it makes perfect sense. It's where the river runs backwards. This is where things get weird. So weird people are just kind of drawn to this. And musicians, artists. When I say weird, I mean it in the best way. I mean it like family. And, so
I always think about those parties they had at Cahokia Mountains long before
yeah.
there was concrete.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's always been magical in this area.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Long before our modern society, there were people drawn to the area where things are a little different. Like you say, the river takes a turn on you, and I believe
It goes northeast, actually. Great place to avoid tornadoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they split normally right here.
Although she mentioned the Agents of the Free, and Doug Bush. At Doug Bush and Cricky's wedding right here at the Mineral Springs Mall, we watched a tornado go straight down the river in the big glass room.
Yeah, but it didn't hit us.
It did not hit us.
That's
It
what
went
I'm saying.
straight
It's
down the
great.
river past us. And then they got
Great
married
place.
right after that. It was an intense wedding.
You got the bluffs and the hills, and the river flows northeast. So a very odd place here.
And indeed, which, like I say, I believe that's why it is such a place that's so many artists and musicians are sort of drawn to. It's just even some of them that don't know why. It's just why, who was it? Nick Buffano, I think, was telling us him and his wife just going looking for a place, and they drove here and went, this is it. Because they felt that magical moment. So I'm just saying. Some people,
Same feeling.
So what got you guys here?
Well, so initially COVID got us here in the first place.
Okay.
And then we moved to Chicago.
Hold on.
Got us back.
You got to explain. You can't just say COVID got us here.
Got us
what, did
here.
it chase you here? Or,
I chased it here. No.
Good for you, man.
No, so I was in Peoria, and then COVID struck out, and then the shops I worked at all closed down, so I ended up moving up here with family, and ended up finding a shop in Edwardsville, and then went to Chicago and had my thing and came back here, and I always really liked the spot, you know, and we ended up coming across Mavis on accident, you know, it wasn't really like super out there, and we just got some coffee one day, and within a few months we're already opening up shop in it just because it was really cool and everyone was really nice, and we all kind of had the same vibe, I guess you can say, you know, everyone's got the same collective.
Everybody's just trying to make it work.
Everyone's just trying to make it work, yeah.
Which is, it's such a, I mean, anytime you can find a group that's just all trying to make it work, it's hard to ask for much more than that.
Exactly.
Because if everyone's trying to truly make it work, then we're getting along.
Yeah.
We're not hollering, we're not screaming, we're just making it work.
Everyone wants it to be cool, you know.
Yeah. So that's the vibe you get when you go hang out there. You know, again, the Trinity's open mics every Friday there. I've seen a few weeks ago, April was showing me just some videos from some of the stuff that goes down there, and it is amazing, some of the kids that are coming through there and the things that they're doing, you know, beyond just taking guitars and playing songs, which is what you kind of think of as an open mic a lot of times. A lot more to it with these kids.
We've had book readings. We've had book readings, poetry. In fact, Aubrey, that's how I met her. She came up to the open mic, had some poetry she wanted to recite, asked if she could. And said, well, heck yeah, that's what we do here. So that's how we met, and from there it just kind of evolved into, hey, can you help us out with this gig that we're trying to put together? And I said, well, sure, man, I love doing that kind of stuff. So
nice. And so you, when she asked you to help out with this event Saturday, you lined up the acoustic acts, right?
No, I didn't. No, she
okay,
did.
see, I'm speaking out of turn.
Aubrey did all the booking. All I did was volunteer my time to run sound, and of course, Psychedelic Symphony. We get to play kind of like headliners. We're playing at 5, and then I did help get Doug Bush and you know, Agents of the Free to come in and play.
Nice.
And I think they're playing at 6, right?
Yeah.
So
There you
you
go.
guys that are all fans of Agents, come out.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yep.
So there you go. That's the after party, Agents of the Free.
I don't want to hurt nobody, but I'm a black belt in karate.
Yeah.
That's some Agents
That's
of
right.
Free.
It's one of their songs. See, that's news to me, too, because I seen the flyer and it said, and more. And guess who the and more is?
Well, Agents of the Free, right? Yeah, see, that you got to keep people guessing. You got to leave a little mystery in there. Now, sometimes it just doesn't happen to the last second.
Yeah, we do have a new flyer out now. We just had some bands change, so we didn't want to, commit to saying anyone until we had it figured out. But now we have it.
Nice.
So we're going to hit the night market after this, and
Now, I think I might head down there too. Yeah.
I think I had it right, so I must have seen the up-to-date one. I just didn't have Agents of the Free. So the after party, one of our favorite bands locally, Silver Material.
Oh yeah, nice.
I love those
nice.
guys.
Nice.
So, and then I got Wild True and Melodrama and Glee.
with Glee.
With
yeah.
Glee, sorry. Yeah.
Uh,
I knew that. I just didn't say it.
right, and then throw Agents of the Free on there, and you got it. And that's the after party or whatever it is, which $10 gets you into that. You get the 5 bands, free food, be some art vendors and all that. And that's at the warehouse.
Yeah, it's in the warehouse. You'll enter in through the school, and then right down the hallway into the warehouse. And it's really cool because not many people get to see this side of the school, except for when we have big events like this. So it'll be a cool time to check out the warehouse. And
So I went to school there, and I'm not familiar with what part of the school you're calling the warehouse.
So I think the warehouse was added on. So after the school, it was an old glass factory. So the warehouse is on the other side of the gym.
Gotcha.
And it connects the school and the gym. It's right next to the cafeteria.
Okay. Yep. I got you. There was a courtyard in there.
Yep.
In
Yeah,
that
still
area
have the
back.
courtyard.
Yeah.
That's where we'll be grilling out. It's a courtyard.
I think we used to have to cut across that courtyard on Tuesdays to get to music class.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
What a weird memory that is.
Wow, that's cool.
Record day on every first Tuesday of the month, bringing a record.
So we got
memories.
Oh, that's cool.
we got the acoustic acts to start things off. If it happens to, and I hate to curse, rain, are you going to bring them inside, or
Well,
what's the plan?
what we're doing is we're asking everyone to do whatever the opposite of a rain dance is.
A reverse rain dance.
Yes.
Okay.
Reverse.
Hey, yo,
Yes,
yeah,
please. So, yeah, that's the plan. Let's
Okay.
just all do the opposite of a rain dance.
I got you. Well, I noticed they're mostly acoustic acts on there, so I mean, some of them could move to another location if
we'll
that
definitely bring
happens.
them
So,
in.
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll figure it out if we have to, you know.
If it wasn't for Olive, I mean, they're the rock. Look like the electricity to me in this lineup.
Oh, they're actually, sorry.
They're gonna
so
break it
Olive is
down?
actually doing an acoustic set.
Okay,
which is
so
pretty
there we
cool.
go.
Yeah.
Nice,
Mixing
nice.
it up a little bit, yeah.
So there you go. Though,
You know who Will March is, right? He's with Silver Material.
Oh yeah.
So he's breaking out, doing a solo gig.
I love it,
I
man.
cornered him about that on air, and he kind of shied away from doing solo gigs, but I knew he did them every once in a while.
I cornered him about something totally different. He probably doesn't want me to talk about it on air, but he might get embarrassed. But yeah, I cornered him real good.
we love some Olive, though, too.
Oh yeah, man, those guys are fabulous. Man. And that's
And Popeye. I mean, you know. Wait.
well, blow me down.
No. Jacob. Mr. Jacob.
Popeye from right here in Illinois, Chesterfield, Illinois, I think it is, or something like somewhere in Illinois. He was an Illinois resident.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Up near Peoria, probably.
No, yeah,
No?
I think it's this town that I saw the clips come through because they had a statue of Popeye downtown.
It's Metropolitan or something like that.
No, that you're thinking of Superman. That's down in that's southern Illinois. That's way down at the tip, right by the.
We got Salem too, because that's like all the witches.
Yeah. Is that, man? Salem, Illinois is where all the witches.
This is the most haunted town, so.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a coven of witches right in here.
There's probably some up in the Stratford.
I know.
And they're transients.
Yeah, well, hey. It's not what we call them. It's a post-transient world. I don't know, man.
You called them that when we did the, because you were looking for hookers.
I do remember asking if any of the ghosts were prostitutes. I mean, it's a hotel. Come on.
Right.
But I don't think I called them transients. Maybe I did. I don't remember. Either way. What are we doing here again?
That means moving from building to building.
Oh, I know.
Which says a lot about Alton right there. The ghosts move around.
What was the one the barber told us followed people home?
That's Mineral Springs.
Yeah, well, that was at Mineral Springs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ghost that follows mainly young ladies home.
Wow.
Yeah, well, some things never change. Live, dead.
So if you're just joining us, we're not talking paranormal. We're talking about an event happening Saturday at the Old Milton School, the grand opening of Holy Land Tattoo. That's far away from ghosts. We're talking Holy Land. Unless you're talking Jesus. I mean,
a lot of ghosts in the Holy Land, bro. A lot of from the books I've read. I don't know.
Jesus was the only ghost he didn't run away from. And I was like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I know, man.
Yeah. Most ghost people are like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I mean, usually someone rolls away a tomb, rolls away the stone from the tomb. We call him a zombie.
So this all starts at noon. Now, you were saying there was a cover. Is that for the warehouse only, or how's that work?
Just for the after party, which is from 6 to 10. But during the day, we'll have all the acoustic acts on the patio with ice cream truck and coffee from Mavis Coffee. That'll be free and a fun, family-friendly event.
Wow.
That
sounds like a good time.
We'll have a tattoo flash special upstairs above the patio. We'll have a tattoo deal, 1 for $60 or 2 for $100 off of a big sheet we made.
Okay. So you mentioned flash event earlier, and my marketing mind went crazy, and I couldn't remember what that actually means.
I was totally
explain that?
picturing people flashing the tattoos, man.
So it's just like it's like a really big sheet. There's about 100 designs. They're all about golf ball size, give or take. Black and gray or color. And they range from little penguins to Popeye to who knows. There's a lot of stuff on there. So it should fit anybody's demographic.
I bet there's one that says mom on it. Right? Everyone
I should have done a mom heart, shouldn't I?
That's probably a popular tattoo. What do you think the most popular tattoo is that people normally get?
Some type of flower.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it. I mean, or like people's like "I love you, Grandma." Like I've done so many of those, I couldn't count them. Or paw prints.
I figured
hundreds of
skulls.
those.
I figure skulls are like the most popular.
I would want it to be.
You would think that I see a lot of skull tattoos, but then again, like as soon as you said flowers, I'm like, well, yeah, I got
That's
I
it.
got
People
some
get
flowers.
bird flowers consistently. Yeah, it's real good. Because you got a flower with the skull, right?
Yeah.
You got both.
I got mushrooms.
Oh, that's sweet.
Hey, share, bro.
Hey,
Let me get some of the. Oh,
I got these.
Oh, you mean tattooed?
I got these one kind of flowers that's illegal now.
Yeah.
Those maple leaves?
Yeah, no, those aren't illegal.
Damn
That's
Canuck
awesome.
fan.
Anyhow, hey, let's talk about what else is going on around the Riverbend this weekend. We always plug all our friends, and we like to do that now because here's some original music thanks to Everheart and Light taking place on Friday night. Joshua Grassley and friends going to be the singer-songwriter showcase down at Shea, Maryland's, and then Everheart and Light hosting that, and they'll
Nice.
play later. So, Joshua Grassley
Always glad to see Josh out there.
down there on Friday night. We got the Donner Party String Band. Right? Hey, you remember that name, don't you?
I do now. Oh man, that's a good one. The Donner Party String Band. Whew, okay, that's a
That's
new
at
one.
the Flock Food Truck lot. Ironically, food and Donner Party,
It's perfect. It's a perfect place for them to play.
6 to 9 at the Flock Food Truck lot. I find that very ironic.
Whew, I suggest the pulled pork.
Right? The tattooed pulled pork.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! That is a good name, guys. Whoever you are, I like it. Donner Party.
I should have left that one for you.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, Anthony Nanny, 1:30, and then up all night, 7 o'clock down at Fast Eddie's. Money Shot at the VFW from 8 p.m. till midnight. The Owls at the Alton Moose this Friday night from 7 to 11. Dueling Pianos out at Baker and Hale from 7 to 11. Rick Sievers and John Huber, they're going to be playing out at Locke's Brick House in Bethalto from 7 to 10. Hey, remember we talked about this. It's happening Friday night, the World War II Veterans Memorial Dedication.
Yeah.
Remember with Mark Rice, Mark and the Angry Heart, 4:30 to 7:30. Hey, look, there's Jake Weber. His son's in Olive. They're playing Saturday.
Hey, you know who plays in the Jake Weber band? Jared Gordon. You know Sons in Olive?
Yeah,
Jared Gordon.
Jacob.
Jared's son.
Jacob.
Jacob.
Right.
I don't know. I'm just saying. It's a lot of Jareds and Jacobs. I'm all confused.
And they'll be playing after Mark and the Angry Heart. So that'll be neat. They're opening up that World War II Veterans Memorial with the guys climbing the bluffs.
That's cool. And again, Jake Weber and the Lonesome Drifters, and before that, Mark and the Angry Hearts.
We got Backwood Burden at the Grafton Pub from 7 to 11. Matt Walter Scheid at the Bloody Bucket, 7 to 10 in Grafton. And Carl Mager up at Aries, 3 to 7 in Grafton. And then all the way to Jerseyville, we got Jay Hollinger playing from 6 to 9 at George's Pub and Grill. Let's see, what else is happening? How about the Woo Daddies? The Woo Daddies are playing in Edwardsville from 8 until 11 at Sam's Last Chance Saloon, formerly known as the Corner Tavern there in Edwardsville. Right catacorny to the Wild-E Theater. And who's going to be there? Taylor Swift. Right?
Kind of.
Kind of. Taylor made. Tribute to Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
One of 2 shows this weekend at the Wild-E for Taylor Made, and I've heard good things.
I just learned about a week ago that Jacob Pullen's part of that lineup,
Exactly.
and that made me smile. Good for those guys, man. Putting together that show and selling out 2 nights at the Wild-E, man.
Johnny's cluing us in on someone else that we know.
Jared Binsman.
Jared.
Any Bensman, anyone with the last name Bensman plays twice as better than I will.
Especially Mercedes. Right, Mercedes
She's
Benz.
so hot.
Heaton Brothers at the backstage, 9 o'clock until 1 a.m. Lanny and Julie around the corner at Big Daddy's 6 to 9. Roaming home up there in Edwardsville on Friday night at the Stagger Inn again from 6 to 9. Haven't heard from those guys in a while.
Yeah, happy to hear them back out there.
Yeah, Dueling Pianos, 6 to 11 at the 1818 Chop House, and Double Wide Duo out at the cabin at Judy Creek and Glen Carbon. And this weekend is the International Horseradish Festival. Down at Collinsville.
You want your
like
sinuses
horseradish?
cleared? You want your sinuses cleared? Get you some horseradish.
Can you tattoo a horseradish?
I don't know why you couldn't.
Tattoo a horse rash.
That's right. You could.
Tattoo a rash on my horse, please. I want him to look way sickly when I ride him.
So they got 2 stages up there at the art down there in Collinsville. Double Wide Duo, 1 to 3. And then they're going to have a pageant at 4 o'clock, boys and girls 6 months to 18 years. And then foreplay, 7 to 10, and that's on the Laura Buick stage on Seminary Street. And then 4 p.m. Wrestling Club demo.
Awesome.
Then Hollywood 5, 7 to 10 at the Great Rivers and Routes stage on Main Street. They shut down the street in Collinsville. And then, a place like Old Herald's going to jump in on that. And they'll have Ship of Fools from 7 until 10. Guess what else is happening on Friday night? Our friends Merge 5.
Yeah?
They're open up for Skid Row and Guns N' Roses. At Pops. Oh, wait, Skid Roses.
I'm like, wait a minute, man. This can't be real, man.
Kinda.
Skid Roses. Okay, so you got a Skid Row Guns N' Roses tribute.
Right.
Wait, when you first said Skid Row, I'm like, dude, there's no way those guys got back together. I would go see it.
Well, that's happening at Pops, 7 o'clock in Sauget. Where's Field this weekend? Well, they're in downtown Garland, Texas.
Nice. Man,
Garland
those
Square.
cats. Those cats are everywhere.
With Jimmy Wallace and the Strato Blasters. Heard of them?
The Strata Blasters. No, but I like the name, the Strata Blasters. All right, I'm a Strat man myself, so that's a good name.
We are joined tonight by the folks from Holy Land Tattoo. That's at the Old Milton School. And we love the Old Milton School. They're having a big party there Saturday starting at noon. And we're going to have Matthew Murder kicking it off at noon, followed by Olive, then Adam Gaffney, Will Marsh, and then the Fabulous Freebirds, and followed up at the end with the headliner Psychedelic Symphony at 5 o'clock. So that's once an hour starting at noon on the patio. And then the after party in the warehouse with Silver Material, Wild True, Melodrama, With Glee, and Agents of the Karate Kid. No, Agents of the Free. And for that part, free food,
Yeah.
$10 cover.
So it's $10, 5 bands. That's $2 a band.
That's great.
That's not even if it's a 4 guys or 4 members of each band, that's 50 cents a member you're paying. Come on, man. You're not going to find entertainment this cheap.
I think they said free coffee, too. Did I hear that?
I don't know if that's true. I think that's a rumor.
But Mavis actually will have a bar open downstairs in the warehouse for the after party. They'll have drinks for sale.
That'll
They'll
probably
have
be
beer and booze.
Ian Whitmore down there.
Yeah.
And last time I was at one of those events,
Bean
he was
Man.
the downtown bartender.
Yeah, that's the Bean Man
He
himself.
does. He roasts the beans.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where he's the barista. So
That sounds like a great time.
And he's going to be performing at some point in the evening.
Super
would
cheap
imagine.
tattoos,
That's
too.
part of Olive.
No.
No, I'll just doing an acoustic set.
That's right.
Actually, Ian's going to be in Branson. for
Oh,
the
he's got
weekend,
a party of his
unfortunately.
own.
Yeah.
His band's so big. Or maybe he is.
Silver
His
Dollar
solo
Cities.
career is
Silver
taken
Dollar
off.
Cities, where he's heading to. I don't know.
Hey, we just had to bring up Ian.
Yeah.
Look for his original music out there.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do we got going on Saturday night? Have we covered anything for Saturday night
Well, we
yet?
got to start with Saturday morning,
Oh man, I don't
Live-
usually get up too early.
8 a.m.
Whew, that's early.
at the farmer's market.
Okay.
8 a.m. until now it's
I-
okay to get up early.
Yeah,
ain't it?
I could probably stroll through a farmer's market at 8 a.m. That's about all I could handle.
And we have one of the greatest farmers markets around.
We do, yeah.
I mean, it is just grown and grown and grown.
Yeah. And
It's kind of what I feel like getting out of bed in the morning. I just groan and groan and groan. Just kidding. Anyway,
waka.
Jenny's Paradox is the act playing at the farmers market.
Nice, man. And that is a early 8 a.m. gig. Mm-hmm. Don't stay up too late.
Later that night in Alton, Piasaw Canyon, down at Bossa Nova, 7 to 10. You know something's going to be happening down at Bubby and Sissy's, featuring drag queens like Shelby Rightback and company.
She'll be right back.
That's right. Naked Soul and Beowulf playing at Fast Eddie's. How about that? 7 o'clock.
Oh, look at that. Mm-hmm. Beowulf at Fast Eddie's. Nice.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Just to see Beowulf coming around, man, the Rollins guys they've been killing it for forever in this area.
We got Money Shot out at Bakers and Hale and Godfrey, and BC Homegrown playing at Locke's Brick House in Bethalto on Saturday from 7 to 10. How about Lazy Lester down at the Pump House? Pinball and Lazy Lester starting at 9.
Bring some quarters.
That's right. Just Breathe. It's a good idea. 7 to 11 at Chico's in Wood River. And then they always have the audio distilled out at Blue Stem Distillery. Not sure who's playing this week. 4 to 7. Grand Pagano, though, at George's Pub and Grill on Saturday from 6 to 9. Leadfoot at the Hog Pit from 2 to 6. Clay by Kate, 1 to 3 at the Vineyards, and Jason McAtee Trio, 3 to 7 at Craft and Winery and Brewhouse.
I bet that's going to be a nice...
Yeah,
Jason McAtee Trio. I don't even know who the other two are, but I can tell you it's going to be good.
Yeah. Flip the Frog, 4 to 7 at the Loading Dock. Jonathan Baker at Aries from 2 to 6. Rock Crown, 1:30, and the Brad Allen Band, 7 o'clock at Grafton Pub. And Bob Gleason at the Bloody Bucket from 7 to 10. I got Money Shot on here again. One of those is wrong. I'm going to say that's a wrong one. I'm pretty sure they're... Yeah, they're at Bakers and Hale. Bakers and Hale does an outstanding job of keeping things up to date on their website with who's playing, and it's always accurate. So I'm rolling
I would go
with
with
them.
that.
Yep. Who else did I miss? Anything? Flipside, they're doing Route 66 down at Granite. Blackwater Acoustic out at the Marina Bar in Holiday Shores from 7 to 10, and Decades Apart at the Backstage in Edwardsville, right there across the parking lot from Wildy. Rewind 6 to 9 at Big Daddy's, Lanny and Julie at the Stagger. From 5 to 8, that's a happy hour. And Blake Foltz out there at the cabin at Judy Creek. And of course, day number 2 at the International Horseradish Festival.
Oh, that's hot.
What's that? Ports Flow Fire and Hula performer. That sounds fun. Fire and Hula.
Post flow. I had the fire and hula.
It's one of those fancy words.
Post flow.
Yeah.
The fire and hula is pretty explanatory.
Yeah.
But the other one I'm going to have to look up. That's an old German word or something.
We also got Vinnie Hines.
I ain't going to say.
Southern Gypsy. All playing there. And then Maui Tai, and boxing. At 5 o'clock, 0 to 90.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Stop. We got to talk about that. In boxing, like...
You got Maui Tai boxing with hula hoops and fire happening.
Is there somebody really going to be boxing at this thing?
I'm sure there is.
That is awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, Blue Marlin will be at the Old Herald for the big party down there in Collinsville. So there's your Friday and Saturday.
All right.
Let's get back to the main thing happening Saturday, and that's at the Old Milton School, the Holy Land Tattoo Grand Opening.
Grand opening.
So it's the hard opening.
Yeah, it's not the soft opening.
Not the soft opening.
This is going to be the full.
And it's a flash event.
Oh, this sounds hot.
and that means cheap tattoos. Right?
It means affordable. We don't cheap.
Oh, that's true. That's true. The Waco tattoos.
I've seen cheap tattoos.
You can't put good and cheap together.
Yeah, affordable tattoos. Affordable tattoos. We're going to call it because it is. You've got a board where people can pick from, and you gonna pump them out. What do you say? Golf ball size?
Yeah,
most of them.
Yeah, they're about golf ball size.
So there you go.
They're
See,
ready
this
to
is
go.
the perfect chance if you've ever just wondered what it's like to get a tattoo, and
Especially if you wanted a golf ball tattooed, because it'd be the perfect size for what they're doing now.
a flower down on your foot or some place where
Wherever you want it.
Luckily, it's not just me. We got another guy tattooing with us, so
Right.
it'll be a real efficient day for sure.
Yeah.
But if you are going to get your first tattoo,
This would be a good time, good memory.
those of us who know will tell you it can be addictive. You may want to get more.
It can be. It can become addictive. Anything's addictive.
That's right. It's kind of fun.
Nothing is as addictive as air. So let's make that illegal next. No, I don't know. No, that is a truism there. You think I'm just going to get a little tattoo. Oh, I want to get Mickey Mouse. It's cute. Or whatever. Yeah, and then all of a sudden you got a whole sleeve, and it happens fast. So.
You feel lopsided. You got to get another one.
That's just it. You're like, man, this one on this shoulder's weighing me down, or I'm walking
It's
uneven.
weird by itself over there.
Yeah.
3 more to hang out with.
Right. I need exactly that much ink on this arm to even me out, so I don't feel,
Your arm's feeling lonely.
Yeah.
For sure.
All of me's feeling lonely. I'm so sorry.
Needs that mom heart.
And like me, I'm like, well, that wasn't so bad. I can try that again.
Oh, yeah.
Because some people are like, that's got to hurt. Depends on where you get it.
I would agree to that, because there are places I don't want to be jabbed with the needle over and over. But to be honest, like some of that, when you get it in a nice meaty place, it's part of the addiction is that your endorphins are released.
For sure. That's what I was kind of getting at.
It's not super painful because the needle's not going in super deep. It's going in just deep enough to leave the imprint. But it gets the endorphins rushing, and
So let's ask the expert. I would say anything that's got a bone close to it would probably be a painful spot.
Bones tend to hurt a little bit. I mean, it's more like rattling, so it's more like pressure, but it doesn't have as much of like a sting to it.
Right.
I guess you'd say you would feel your bone like you can feel it. I can feel it when the needle goes over it.
If you can say on air where the most painful place is, we will accept that answer.
The upper vascular hood.
There you go. Anything just thin, like thin skin. So like your inner bicep is thinner skin. You could pinch it where your outer arm is thicker. So if you think about it like that on just about anywhere of your body, it tends, or spots that don't get touched a lot, like your butt hurts a lot because it's not always in touch.
Well, how do you know?
Are,
You don't know me.
It's fair. It's fair. You might have a whole butt tat. Who knows?
Callous like an Amish hand.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sorry. Anyway, so
funny.
you're talking about the thin skin. Like I see people with like their eyelids.
Yeah, that would. I mean, I'm sure that wouldn't be too bad.
I had my eyelid cut and sewn, like stitched back together, and I had like hundrds of stitches in my face, and that was the painful spot right there.
I can only imagine, yeah. Like your throat, like stuff that's like real thin.
I had 150 right in my throat. Yeah, for real. I had my head cut off pretty much, and my whole face was stitched up. But that, I remember the eyelid one was like,
oh man,
it was the killer. And that is some thin skin. So people get like the inside of their lips. That's gotta be a tough one.
It's probably gonna be real weird. I'm sure it would swell pretty good too. And,
it's gotta hurt.
And sometimes it can bleed through to the chin, so you'll have like bruises on this side of your mouth because the ink goes too deep and it'll just fill out like a soul patch. I've never done one for that reason because I've heard some horror stories. So I'm like, let's get the word somewhere else. You don't need to put it in your mouth.
Yeah. That's a. I'll have my dental hygienist take care of that. She's already in there anyway. No. Man, yeah, that is like you say the thin
skin.
Yeah, some of that just seems like
inner arm, inner thigh compared to your outer thigh. You can kind of just tell it's just gonna suck in there,
Yeah.
Back of your calf isn't too bad, but it gets towards like your knee ditch. It's pretty goofy over there too.
Yeah, I think like the way a lot of people get them like in the shoulder area and the upper arm there. It's that meaty part like that. I would think the buttocks would be one of the least painful places to get it. That's why mine's just covered.
Here. I felt,
not too bad up there.
I thought it felt kind of like pulling tape off of your skin.
That's a good way to put it. It's like a consistent, like, burn or scratch feeling almost. Yeah. I don't know. Some people are weird though. I've tattooed a kid where he literally got up out of the chair and bolted out the door and
I'm
threw me a
done.
20 and ran.
Wow.
No, not even joking.
Had
It was
two
too. It was too much for him. He couldn't do it. It was pretty fun. I tell that story all the time.
Yeah.
He went in the mirror and had to tell me I'm going to go chat out real quick. So he's flexing in the mirror trying to show off his stencil. And he sits down and I do just a little bit on his arm and he literally jumped up. I mean, I got to go. Can't do that. His girlfriend's just sitting there laughing. It was really bad. He was nice, whatever, but he was just, tattoos are not my thing. And I'm like, you're all right, man. It's all good.
He was really nice. He didn't have a girlfriend anymore, though.
No,
She ended up leaving with this biker. Got a skull tattoo. Probably had flowers on it.
Yeah. Just don't get too much in your head. Tattoos are pretty easy. I think he was just really overthinking it.
Well, and I think people get worked up on a lot of stuff where the actual event of what, and I don't mean like, hey, if you're going to the hospital because you got something serious, hey, God love you, whatever, I feel bad for you. But I mean, I know people that get worked up over, getting, my kid's getting a shot, hey, dude, like, I don't know.
It's all good, breathe.
All the trauma that they put themselves through is nothing compared to the event itself. It's like, hey, man, how about we just roll with it and deal with it when we get there?
Yeah. Just cruise.
If it's too painful, just get up and bolt. I know I know guys who do it all the time. Probably gonna have no girlfriend after. No.
Yeah.
So I guess you guys are on all the social medias like everybody is today.
We got Instagram, we got Facebook. Probably get a website here soon, but mostly those two are like the mainstream things we probably should be on for the most part.
Okay, one thing we have trouble with bands is trying to come up with that unique name that when you Google it, yours comes up. Does Holy Land Tattoo come up when you Google it?
It does.
If you just do Holy Land, you're gonna have to sift through some other stuff.
Nope, it's just us.
We
Yeah.
should be the
That's cool.
top one, yeah. We did a lot of double checking on the names.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
See, I got Gaza Strip coming up right now.
It's funny.
I didn't put tattoo in there, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I just put Holy. All right.
That's
I
good.
misspelled it just like your first tattoo. No. Dude, that was my favorite story right there, man. Your buddy's giving your buddy his first tattoo, and we got to do this over. We got to try it.
I guess technically, I'll rephrase it. It's not spelt wrong. It was the wrong number. So he got a gravestone that said "Reps in Peace 420," but we didn't do it in the correct 420. So it wasn't 420. It was the wrong Roman numerals.
Oh,
okay.
Gotcha.
It was pretty funny. I mean, we both confirmed, like, this is right, 420. Yeah. Like, no. Months later, figured out this is not 420. It needs like an extra X and an M and all that. Good thing it's on his butt,
But here's the thing: if we're referring to 420 in the sense of marijuana, I believe it's 4 and 20 is what we're going for. I believe that's the actual term that you'd look for anyway. So we're going to call what you did perfect.
It was very funny in the moment. I was like, oh, man.
Dude, I just like the idea that your friend's going, yeah, go ahead, man, do it.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, how about we try again tomorrow, man? Yeah. Same thing happened to me when I went to like Fantastic Sam's for a haircut. No, I'm sorry, Fantastic Sam's. I'm talking a lot of smoke here. Anyway, they're probably a sponsor. I'm sorry. So hey,
All right, yeah.
this Saturday it's all going down at the Milton School. Thanks so much for coming in, Aubrey and Brandon.
Thank you.
Thanks for letting Mr. John Scanlon sit here.
You need to pass him the mic real quick.
Yeah.
He's just here for eye candy, bro.
No, we got something to talk about.
I want to thank everybody and come down to Shea on Sunday,
See,
4:30. We're playing Psychedelic Symphony.
That's what I was going to ask him. You've been passing the mic back. I'm not done. You guys,
I want to butt in.
You
so
guys
much.
have shifted that time on me a couple of times. Is 4:30 going to be the residency normal time for Shea Maryland's, or is it going to vary?
No, just this week because they've got the big car show going on.
Okay.
And their award ceremony will be over at 4:30. And we
Okay.
didn't want to interfere with the activities of the car show. Cleared it with Miss McGivney.
Oh, it's cleared then.
So we go on 4:30 to 7:30.
All right.
Excellent.
That works. Yeah, all wheels driving. That's happening this weekend too, and so is the the Two Rivers Fishing Fair up there in Grafton this weekend at Marquette Park. You know who's going to be there? Mountain Man from Duck Dynasty.
Oh, nice.
Apparently, that's a big deal.
Well, you know,
You know who else is going to be there? Jimmy Houston. You go
Whitney
fishing with
Houston.
him.
Whitney Houston's going to be there.
I think
Getting
he's.
smacked around by Bobby Brown. No, I don't know.
All zombied out.
even in the ghost world. No.
I'm pretty sure he's one of the big pro fishermen who have done TV shows and stuff.
Well, I know those Duck Dynasty guys. My son is big into hunting and fishing, and he says that he doesn't really know the show that well because he's pretty little when it came out. But he
Right.
said that they make like great duck calls and
Yeah,
stuff.
for real.
That they have some really amazing products. So I
Also,
think that's
Camo
actually,
the Clown.
Oh, you got me there. You
That's
should have
it.
started with that, bro. Camel the Clown. It sounds like then the Camel the Clown's going to Bubby and Sissy's, right?
Maybe.
I don't know. It seems like this should all work together.
What will definitely be working is that old Milton School. That's a
Yeah.
place to be. I mean, you got lots of choices, but none like that one right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Look how many musicians are playing from noon until probably, midnight maybe, by the time they get done?
We're hoping it's not that late.
Okay.
11 at the cleanup time.
Yeah, okay.
There you go. That's, we'll
So you can
call it.
stop by any time and check it out. You going to be tattooing all day? Or you
Well, 12 to 6, the plan to tap, but I mean, if people show up at 8 or 9 and still want one, I'll hop back in.
Yeah.
We'll go do some more tats.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Nice,
interesting.
nice. Yeah, so we got bands going from noon until 11 p.m. That's 11 hours
Yeah.
of music going on.
You
So-
might have to do some late tattooing.
I might have
because
to.
get a few drinks in you, and then you might go, I'm feeling brave now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
At
If
8
I was
p.m.
you, I'd be down there at the bar buying shots for people.
Yeah.
You buy them 5 shots, they end up with a $200 tattoo. I think you kind of came out ahead still.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact economics of it all, but I'm trying.
Come get a Snoopy tat and do something.
When I try, I look like Snoopy.
We have a Beagle. We have a real Snoopy.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll have our dog with
Nice.
us with free pets.
Oh, nice.
Gotta love
See,
the Beagle.
this just keeps getting better. You just topped Camel the Clown right there.
Oh, and she's a lover, too. She'll hug you.
Aw.
So all of this is happening Saturday at the Old Milton School opening of Holy Land Tattoo. We got bands on this acoustic stage for free all day from noon to 6. The tattoos are going on. The bands are going on. Then the after party's $10 to get into. You got another 5 bands playing there, along with some free food being handed out. So your $10 is really you're going to save money by going to this. See how that works? I can't do the economics on that one.
And something tells me Aubrey's going to do more of these in the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
She looks
Yeah,
like
we
she's
definitely-
enjoying it.
Yeah, we definitely want to bring some more art and bands to the Milton Schoolhouse.
That's
More
awesome.
tat events. Make it poppin'.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
And let me tell you something, people. Talking to Brandon, just met him today, but you can see his love for art. This guy's been doing it forever. Started with pig ears and pig sides and stuff. And if you are going to get a tattoo, you want to have a tattoo artist that's into it, because you're going to have that sucker forever. And I always think it's a compliment to the tattoo artist to say, hey, I will be your pig ear. I would be your pig ear, my man. No, I don't. Seriously.
You're changing your name to Pig Ear.
Oh, dude. Well, that's
Pigpen doesn't make sense anymore. Pig Ear.
You haven't been to my house lately, bro. You need to see my house. And my wife's been out of town for a week. Let me tell you, it is a pig pen.
Yeah, but
for
Pig Ear
sure.
has a ring to it, like tinnitus.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what'd you say? All right. Well, hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in on this wonderful Thursday evening. Thanks to my good friend Jumpin' Johnny Scanlon for coming down and introducing us to Aubrey and Brandon, the proprietors of the Holy Land Tattoo Shop, grand opening on Saturday at the old Milton Schoolhouse right there on Milton Road.
And you can check out Psychedelic Symphony twice this weekend.
Yeah.
Once at 5 at the old Milton School, and again at 4:30 down at Shea, Maryland's, right after you take in the car show. So
There you go. Plenty to do tonight, man. Night market's firing up down there. So
Yep, and then
just over the hill.
after party with Everhard and Light.
and Light. Plenty going on in our town. Everybody get out there and be a part of it. Thanks so much to Halpin Music for sponsoring the show. Thanks to Matt Van Voorhis, as always, for just being dead sexy. Not just for selling insurance, but for doing it in the sexiest way possible.
Yep. And for Saran Wrap.
And Saran Wrap, because I do a nightclub gig where I wrap myself in Saran Wrap, and Dennis beats me with a stick, and it's performance art. Some people love it, some don't, but we'll be out there.
I beat him
Anyway.
with a tattoo gun.
Ah! Everybody, thanks for being a part of it all. Everybody get out there and support local music and art.